engines are made, custom rigs and upgrades. We got it all.
Hello and welcome to the Outlaw Airsoft YouTube channel. I teased a little video a little while ago about something that I've just had built, which I think is probably one of the nicest guns that I've owned. If anyone's seen that, you'll know that is the Salvo Precision MCX 11.5 inch Spirit LT. I'm not going to waste any time beating around the bush with it. Obviously, as you can see, these are the standard ones, and just over here is my current build. So we'll have a quick look at it. As you can see there, this is had quite a few upgrades externally, should we say. I've been a big fan of the MCXs for quite a while. I've just never really wanted to spend the kind of money for the Toxicant kit, the Aaron Spear kit. There's an awful lot of expensive ones on the market, which didn't really come with much. And then Salvo Precision come out with this absolute belter, which was a much, much better price. Now, there's a lot of people that will sit there and say that these aren't as good as the other kits because they're cast receivers and yada, yada, yada. I don't have a problem with that. It's cheaper. It allows me to have a gun which I want to run at a cheaper price. I don't, obviously this has been stripped and sent off for Cerakote and there's been no issues with it whatsoever. These are really, really popular. I've sold so many of these Salvo MCXs, both in the Rattlers, the Virtus, and both of the actual spear sizes, so the 10.5 and the 11.5. But yeah, I chose an 11.5 for myself because I like this. I like the fact that the suppressor sits close to the end of the rail. I don't like that bit hanging out the front. It's the one thing that I don't like about my Novesk. So yes, right, okay, so we'll get into this. Obviously, this is a different colour. This started off as black, and I sent it over to our friends at WestLaser for a burnt bronze Cerakote. Before I did that, though, my very good friend Joshua over at Airsmiths put some trades on there for me, as well as Outlaw Airsoft on the Virtus plate. And usually where it would say 6 Hour Incorporated and everything on the side of the receiver, I now have my own company name on there and Cornwall UK, and also a bespoke serial number on the side. Obviously this is number 1. There's another one currently being built, which is number 2. But yeah, big fan of this. I've found out of the box, actually, yes, you could always do with upgrading them. But this thing was hopping 3.2s when I first got it. So I thought that was pretty good, to be honest. A couple of others have said they'll hop 3.6s out of the box. A couple of drawbacks if you want to take it apart. They literally glue everything with Loctite. I've had a couple of people who've gone to take rails off and things like that, and they've threaded screws. So if you are buying one of these and you want to take it apart for any various reason, I would just make sure you've got some heat on standby. The Virtus plate here, when Josh was trying to remove that, it had to be heated up to almost the surface temperature of the sun, I believe, from what he said to me, before it actually popped off, because some of the actual thread lock had got in behind the plate and stuck it to the side of the receiver. Super handy. But like I say, the build quality is pretty damn good on them. They're not too bad to take apart. They take a whole host of aftermarket parts, which I will get to now. So we'll start at the back end. Obviously, I've gone away from the wire stock, and I put an M4 buffer tube on there. I can't remember what make this one was, because it was one I had here. I think it might be Lilacs, possibly. Fits really well, looks really nice. Kind of regretting not having the buffer tube Cerakoted in the same colour as the gun, but as it stands, that may well just go back up and have that done. Stock that's on there is a Magpul MOE SLK stock. Big fan of these stocks. Moving on to the grip. The grip is a Myad Gen 2 with the interchangeable front and back. Goes straight on there. Feels really nice. It's not a million miles away from the standard grip, but seeing as I was changing everything else over to Magpul, I figured I would change that as well, because I had one here. Also, Magpul dust cover. Brilliant bit of kit. Works as it should. Looks good. Dead easy to fit and dead easy to remove if you ever need to take it off. You don't have to remove parts of this. There's literally a little tab down here. I'll put a picture up of it, and you literally just lift that tab, pull it back, all pings off. Dead easy. Other than that, we have a reproduction Surefire Warden short version on the front. This has absolutely no baffles in it whatsoever. It is just an open can, and yeah, it actually makes it quite loud. It's pretty good. I like it. I'm kind of on that cusp of GBBRs now that I'm not going to try and make them quiet. I want to make them as loud as possible. I think that was the Sega 12 that did that, to be honest. So then, obviously, with this one, we have also got the Gen 1 UH1 and the 3x magnifier, the genuine Vortex optics. I got them as part of the deal. Very happy with it. Anything I would say to look out for on this? Not really, other than what I've already said about the... It's just thread lock everywhere. It is everywhere. They chrono really well. They do have a very short barrel. I think that's the way, a bit like with the DE Nevesque, where they chucked 145.5mm barrel in there, 150mm barrel, depending on what day of the week it was, I think. Just to keep the FPS down on it. These have a similar thing. The barrel that was in this was 140mm. It keeps it at just around a joule-ish. I have got an angry gun nozzle on the way for it and some other bits and pieces and a barrel, but I don't think you need to change too much out. With this being the Gen 1, the Gen 2 of these will be out shortly, and they have made some improvements to it. And when they come in, I will do a video covering the improvements or the changes. The main one being the buffer tube. Not the buffer tube, but the buffer in the back. This has a plastic one. They can, in some circumstances, start to crack up. Jaeger Precision has already sorted that out, and it's got a slightly softer compound 3D printed one, which you can buy. Not expensive. I think they're about 10 quid. Work really well. I've got a couple of those waiting in a basket to come to me. But for the money, the pros far outweigh the cons with it. Like massively, massively outweigh the cons. I would be tempted to say that actually this is probably one of the best performing, if not the best performing, sub £500 gas blowbacks on the market for out-the-box performance. Obviously with, where are they? These ones with the DEs. You've got to do some upgrades to them to make them skirmishable. These, nothing. Straight out the box, they just run. Yes, they're more expensive, but they're still a sub £500 gas blowback gun that you can run a heavyish weight BB in straight out the box. But yeah, like I say, these, I just wanted to show this off, really. Really, really happy with it. Don't buy one of these thinking you're going to get tons and tons of kick out of it. You're not. It's a lighter weight bolt. It's very snappy. You will see coming shortly, they are doing a stainless steel bolt for them, which will be a bit heavier, so it'll give you a little bit more kick. The trade-off for that is they're going to be less gas efficient. These things are super, super gas efficient, and have quite a nice rate of fire. When you start putting the weight in there, it's going to slow that down a little bit. It's going to get rid of your gas efficiency. Now, if you're using the right mags, or if you're using TM Stanags and you've put done the gas mag mod on them, you're not going to be worried about gas efficiency because they hold enough gas to cycle a heavy bolt in a normal MWS. But I just think leave them alone, in my opinion. I'm not intending on putting a heavier bolt in this. I quite like how snappy it is. Rate of fire is quite nice. If I want something heavy, I'll go and get my Nevesque because that's got a heavyweight kit running in it. Again, now it's summertime. I think this will probably be more of a winter gun. But yes, like I say, pretty good gun, to be fair. That's why I've bought one. I will have this with me, plus a load of other bits and pieces at the National Airsoft Festival in August. I am going up with Joshua from Airsmiths. We have got a big stand there right next to the Chrono range. You'll be able to see us. I'll have my new gazebo. He'll have his. We'll have all the sun right out. Going to have a little chill out area there with some seating. Be great to see everybody if you come into the festival. I will have, like I say, I'll have this plus some other builds with me. I'm hoping to bring along somewhere in the region of 5 to 10 of my custom build guns. I will also bring all my other stock with me. Pistols, other rifles, shotguns, everything else I've got. Once it's gone, it's gone. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy a load of stock in. I'm literally just there to mingle and meet people and just show them what I do. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you up there. What we'll do now is we will just do a little dry fire test so you can see how this performs. Mag-wise, the mag that comes with this isn't bad. TM Stanags, very, very good. However, there have been mixed reports, if I can find the magazine, there have been mixed reports about the Guns Modified PMags. I found works really well in here. Nice tight fit, and obviously the mag is empty, just so everyone can see. Nice tight fit with very, very little movement in there. I've had no gassing out issues with it. It seems to have run absolutely fine. A couple of people have said though with these mags, they have some gassing out issues and some feeding issues. I have not found this to be the case. Hence why I'm now stocking these as well. Right, so for the sake of safety Si and the rest of the guys, I will pop some eye protection on, even though the gun is clear and unloaded. These snazzy yellow glasses, which they come back from America. Quite like these. Right, okay, so standard manual of arms, just the same as everything else. Bolt comes back, mag's empty, see? So you can lock that back. We'll drop that bolt forward. And yeah, so let's pull this stock out a little bit so it just feels a little bit more comfortable. In semi, and a little burst in full auto. Pretty good. I will get a few chrono readings in a minute, and we will tag those onto this video so you can see what's going on. But just be aware, this isn't finished yet. Internals on this is still completely standard at the moment, but it'll give you a good idea of what a standard one of these does out of the box. For anybody wanting one of these, obviously I keep a few in stock now. Stock of the Gen 1s at the wholesaler level is getting slightly low. A lot of these are sold out. I mean, you know, the 11.5 is sold out. I think the 10.5 now is sold out. The Gen 2s are due in within the next month or two. As soon as they land, I should be ordering a load more in. But if you do want one, just drop me a message to register some interest. Obviously, Cerakoting, I use Joe to do all my Cerakoting. It can be arranged through me at point of sale of the gun, or you can go to him directly. It's entirely up to you. I can then ship the gun to him and he offers a disassembly service, or I can do it all in-house. Same with the laser engraving. He does it on site, or Josh at Airsmiths also does it. So yes, but like I say, I will I'll put up some chrono points at the end of, or some chrono footage at the end of this, and yeah, but thank you very much for tuning in and watching me rabbit on and mix my words and fumble through this. As anybody who's had a recent child will know, it's knackering. It's great, but it's knackering, and it's proving to be pretty interesting when I'm trying to do these videos, because I end up doing about 15 takes of each video. So thank you very much for bearing with me. I apologise if I've got anything slightly wrong. I'm running on caffeine and no sleep at the moment, but as I say, thank you very, very much for watching. Next video, just to give you a bit of a heads up, we're going to be having a look at this KSG pump. over here, and also the Golden Eagle Woodstock ones. In fact, we'll probably take a look at all three of those. We'll take just a look at gas shotguns in general. And yes, at some point we will also do the AKM. I've got a genuine wood kit coming for that, so I'll do that once it's been done. As I say, thank you very much again for spending some time and watching my video. It's been massively appreciated. And here comes the chrono and the pictures, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Right, so here we go. This is the chrono test of my custom MCX by Salvo. This test is going to be conducted using 0.28 gram BBs with a TM Stanag mag. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so first shot going through, and then the next. So, as you can see, obviously, those chrono readings are the way that they are because of the length of the barrel in there at the moment. I will re-chrono this. Once it's completely finished and rebuilt, I will pop another video up with it being re-chronoed. But even at these current chrono readings, the range on this is really, really good. It's consistent, it shoots well, but we can make this better. And it will be made better. But yeah, thanks for hanging around and having a look at this. I hope this gives you an idea of what these are like out of the box.